Let's talk about my Aristides God of War guitar. So, why did I choose to make a God of War guitar? I will share that story with you now. If you're not interested, you can skip ahead to the tones. Where to begin? Why God of War? Because it's not just a video game to me. When you're a gym bro, you go to the gym, you lift lots of weights, you develop an obsession with Greek mythology and Norse mythology. Kratos being a Spartan who then goes on to become the deadliest Greek god, killing all of the other Greek gods, and then flash forward to the modern games and he's now in the Norse world, killing the Norse gods. It really tickled my dumbbells, for f***'s sake. But of course, is this enough to warrant spending this kind of money on a guitar? Is it enough to warrant getting a Kratos tattoo? Is it enough to warrant naming my first son Atreus? Atreus is the name of Kratos' son in the God of War. Sometime between, I don't know the year, my dad and I took my little brother to a gaming convention in Birmingham. This was right around the time that the first God of War reboot game had come out, and I was playing it and my dad was playing it at the same time, separately, so we would talk about it when we'd meet up. As much as it's one of the best hack and slash, fun, incredible, bloody, gory, violent games ever, it's a story about fatherhood. So naturally my dad and I would talk a lot about that theme. Cut to this convention, it's a gaming convention, so we're walking around, there's posters of God of War all over the place. My dad and I snuck away and sat by a river together with the sun beaming down, and we wound up having the greatest conversation we'd ever had in our lives up to that point. It was the greatest moment we've ever shared together between us. It was the first time we'd ever properly hugged with no shit in the way, none of those emotional blocks and those self-conscious barriers, those shields that go up with your dad, if you know what I'm talking about, or with your mum. We hugged, cried, we exchanged very sincere, truly deeply authentic feelings, thoughts, words. It was an experience that I truly wish everybody could have with their parent. It was beautiful, it was amazing. So you see, whilst God of War wasn't really anything to do with it apart from it was there, it was more like God of War was the wrapping paper for this experience that I had with my dad. So to me, it's very much tied in with that. And I did name my son Atreus. Not because I think the character in the game is so awesome I want to name my son after him. This character in the game is actually a little bit annoying, but the name is badass. Again, tied into that experience I had with my dad. My ass. What else? So, flash forward, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to splash some cash. For my 30th birthday, I'm going to get myself a new guitar. I'd been seeing Aristides all over my social media. I saw that they did a Zelda one, and I was like, okay, that's sick. And then I was like, what if I could get the guitar to look like Kratos' axe? So, I went onto the Aristides website. I did the little build menu thingy that you can do on there. Got the email back. From what I remember, the messages mostly consisted of him trying to emphasize to me that this was not going to be a cheap operation. To which I replied, and then they cracked on with it. 1 to 2 years for the build to actually happen. Cut to about 2 years ago now. I get the email that the guitar's ready. I jumped on a Eurostar. So I go to the Aristides factory, my first time ever being there. Pascal comes, meets me at the door, and he gives me the tour of the whole factory, and every guy he walks past introduces me to. He's like, hey, this is the God of War guitar guy. Yeah, just kept getting the feedback. It was one of the most fun jobs they'd done, and that was great. Not to gloat or be that guy, Pascal said to me, this is my favourite guitar that we have ever built. To which I probably replied, I bet you say that to everyone. I'm sure he hasn't. This is the best one. Yes, it is. So on to the design. As I said before, I wanted it to look like the Leviathan axe, Kratos' axe from the game. So we'll start from the bottom. I thought if we went headless, probably going to be a bit more like an axe, because I thought the tuning pegs wouldn't look much like a pommel. I had never had a headless guitar before this one, so I thought I'm going to roll the dice, treat myself, and do it. So we went headless. The inlay is obviously inspired by Norse runes. I always think it looks like a bit of a Viking boat, it's like a floki ship. Floki! It's a really beautiful inlay designed by the artist at Aristides. Believe it or not, these blue bits, so you've got the Aristides logo in the top one, and you've got I'm assuming these are based on the PlayStation buttons, triangle and square. I didn't ask for that, but I'm not mad about that. It's cool. Although Nintendo is always my first loyalty over PlayStation. And what are you going to do about it? Exactly. The blue circles, they glow in the dark a little bit. I don't know if they're lumen layer. I can't remember what material they used. It might be some kind of resin similar to what they used in the bodies, but it glows in the dark. Not enough to capture it on camera. I tried for you, but it doesn't. The camera barely picks it up. It's not even worth me showing the clip. They glow in the dark a little bit, so that's cool, so that's like magic. The neck's pretty thin, it's very fast, smooth, it feels great along the back. Along the back you've got the Kratos tattoo inspiration, which is just so f***ing sick. And then the blue Amiga rune, or whatever. I think it's Amiga. Like I said, I'm a dumb Jimbo. I'm not a scholar of Greek mythology, but I like it a lot. Then we come to the body. So I said to Pascal, so what's the closest paint you've got that would look like the steel of an axe? He threw a couple of suggestions out, I left it with him, he came back with this. Obviously I A-okayed it, because it looks sick. The runes, of course, based on the ones on Kratos' axe. I actually, believe it or not, have a replica that I bought at some Comic-Con somewhere. And so those runes, like that. Like that. So that's inspired by that. Yeah, that's sick. Fun fact about this thing, sidebar, this axe has been held by the one and only, my best friend in the world, Jason Momoa. There is he and there is I. That's just us hanging out, that's just what we do when we chill. Me and Momo, me and JMO. So yeah, all looking very axe-ish. Then we come to the pickups. 3 guesses what they are. Obviously, the only pickup that would have been suitable for this are the bare knuckle Ragnaroks. And the Ragnaroks are an ignorantly heavy pickup. And it wasn't until I was just filming the tone demo for this very video that you're watching now, that I think that was the first time I'd ever properly played cleans on this. I actually enjoyed that just then more than I enjoyed playing the heavy stuff. Like, it sounded so sick. So bare knuckle Ragnaroks, 7 strings. It needed at least 1 extra string. I did consider an 8, but I thought that'd be pushing it a little bit. Tune this down here, all good, and they all work lovely. 2 input jacks, 1 there and 1 there. 2 knobs, no push pull, no coil taps, 5-way toggle switch, even though I only ever use positions 1, 4 and 5, which if I'm not mistaken is basically the same as having a 3-way switch. Kind of. And then of course, I've never had a kill switch on a guitar. I didn't go for the big arcade button one that they did because I thought that would be too much. It would have been suitable given it's from a game, but I wanted it to look a bit more, you know what I mean. I wanted it to look more serious. So they went with this very subtle little kill switch, which I have to this day never used and probably never will. But it's there and that's fun. And they give you this cool little thing. LAPD. Yeah, no. This little certificate of authenticity. So that's cool. Okay, let's look at tones. I'm running the Aristides straight into the Quad Cortex, going straight into the interface, straight into Logic. Nothing going on in Logic. Let's look at tunes. Position 1. Sharp position. The fast position. Let's try another position, shall we? The only other 2 I ever use are 4 and 5. Position 3. Can it do cleans? that's it for toning today. Oh, one last thing. As I said before, I have a kill switch here. And we all know the only reason you ever need a kill switch is so you can do this. Well, I can't play it. Have I forgotten anything else? I don't think so. If I have, if there's anything else you want to know, put some questions in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. And I look forward to making some more content and writing some more songs with this beast. You. Can it do cleans? Can it do cleans?